Hi guys, in this video we'll talk about the waterfall charts. Right, you might have heard about these charts, or you may have applied even these charts in your day-to-day life. So I just wanted to actually upload a video on the same because I received a couple of inquiries on the waterfall chart, and people were really very excited actually to know what exactly is this waterfall chart. So they want to understand the mechanism, right? As you know that there are thousands of videos available on the internet as well. So but I don't know whether they have actually talked about what exactly goes behind the curtains when you actually prepare the waterfall charts. But I will actually try to keep it very simple, and I'll try to explain you what exactly you're looking you are supposed to do. So waterfall charts, guys, are wonderful thing to do, and unfortunately Excel doesn't provide us the direct charts, the direct waterfall charts. So we have to do couple of adjustments, and this is how we design the charts, and then we finally using couple of tricks, couple of extra columns, couple of bifurcations, divisions of the data, we actually can make these waterfall charts, right? So what we exactly are going to do is this is the data which I have prepared. As you can see here, this is the data, and maybe I can start it from the scratch. Let me just delete that. So you have year, and year on year you have these numbers, turnover, especially I would say, to be very precise. So your turnover, let's say, started from 100, and then in 2001 you have a turnover 300, let's say, million, and then in 2002 you have 200 million, in 2003 you have 100 million, and so on. So by the time when you ended up 2011, so you actually, how much you were able to get in terms of turnover, that's exactly we are going to show in the waterfall chart, right? So it is going to actually give you a kind of a a picture that which is it moving up or down. Since I'm talking about only the positive numbers here, as you see that every time in every year we have a turnover in positive numbers. So there was not even a single year when we actually had dipped or had gone down. So I don't have any negative numbers, but I'll talk about that in another video. So for now, what you need to do is, see, waterfall actually works on the cumulative things. You need to actually do this. This is your, if business, if this is your starting point is 100, then the very next point would be 300 plus 400, and then 400 plus 200 millions, which is going to be 600 million, and so on. Okay, and the end point, which is this. So you ended up in 2011 making 3360 million, right? That's your exactly turnover if you do your analysis from the 2001 and from 2001 through 2011. So how we actually can show this in waterfall chart, in graph, so what we can do is, in order to show the waterfall, actually it works on a cumulative purpose. As you can see here, you need to actually divide it in couple of things. For example, you need to say that if it is up or down, the business was up or down. So what I'm gonna do here is, and that's the actual number which I'm going to use here. So what I'll do is, we'll simply refer this with this 100, and I'll just drag this. Okay, and before actual, I would say that what was the end point of this, so I'll simply say that this is what exactly I got after 2011 in these many years, during these many years, right? So wherever the up is, the business went up in a positive number, I mean to say, not a negative number. Doesn't matter whether it has not exactly done the same business, or a business more than the last year, that's fine. But as long as the business isn't positive, we'll keep all those numbers in this column up. So what I'll do is, I'll simply go ahead and uh, you know uh, get these numbers over here. I'll just show you exactly how they are going to play important role. And over here, since I don't have any negative number, so I'll simply say 0. There is no down to the business, right? and here we'll say that what exactly is the starting point. So starting point was 100 as I said, so I'll write the 100 here, and maybe you can delete the 100 from here, right? And this is going to be your invisible column, or maybe you can say base. Okay, this is very important actually. So see, what I'm right now I'm doing is I'm actually bifurcating this chart, I'm segregating it. The point is this, and here I'll write the year, and so that's my starting point, and here we'll just simply connect this year, and here I'll give the header to this 3360, which is going to be end, and here we'll say start. So start is going to be this 100, right? Now when I'm going to create a chart, what will exactly happen is we'll create a special kind of a chart which will show these numbers in proportionate, right? So in order to show these numbers in a proportionate, what exactly we're going to do, let's first create the chart and then I'll explain you. Choose this chart, right, or this, and this is your actually stacked column chart. Press OK, and so waterfall actually works always on the what kind of a data point you have given, right? If your data is correct, waterfalls are quite easy. So you really have to work a lot on the data points. Normally, if you would have seen the other charts, column charts, line graph charts, or pie chart, data is not exactly that kind of a pain for you. But in this, you really have to be very analytical and very correct, very precise. So that's the table I have selected here, and now I'm going to press OK. And as you can see here, the purpose of writing this start, over here, alright, so start will not have any value over here, right? So this is like this. Start is the start point. So from here we have actually the year-on-year business, but this was the initial point to start with. In 2001 when we started, what was the our last year turnover? So that was the turnover, right? So now you can see here that you have the start and the end, and that's why I created these headers, start and end. Let me bold them. If I'm not gonna bold them, not gonna bold, in fact, I'm sorry, if I'm not gonna write these as a start and as an end, then it doesn't actually look nice. These would be blank, and a person who is going to watch this, he will not get a kind of a understanding that what exactly it talks about, right? So that's why I always prefer to use this, and this is always good thing to use. And now you can give them even a kind of a color which you want. Let's give them the color, let's say black, and this too black, and writing them over here like this in the completely the blank column, it does not have anything. This is also helps you in doing the selection. Now if I select this, only this portion is selected. If I select this, only this portion is selected. If I had used this start somewhere here in 2010, 2001 or 2, then I would have to actually do separate selections. It would have increased my steps, right? So that's why it's always good to put these headers separate from these main axis, which is going to be this axis, right? So I will not put any data over here. The point what I'm trying to make is this will all remain like this. Now in 2001 when you started the business, so we want to actually check from that this initial point of 100 how exactly you have grown, right? So what you're actually going to do here is, this is the base. So this is base. Right now this is showing 300 only, which is correct, right? So okay, so we have a problem here. I guess this 201, yeah, it is actually showing. If you see this, that we have some, I selected this, and this is actually giving me the bifurcation for this chart. So we have some got problem here. Let us just sort out that first, and then we'll move ahead. Let me just check that if I selected the data correctly. Okay, so there is a one problem with this, that I shouldn't have selected the actual, my mistake. That is just for your reference. You'll only make the chart till J. Press OK. Yeah, now we are actually correct. Now 2001 is showing me somewhere 300, which is this, right? And it's showing me in 2002 it is actually showing me 200, and in 2003 it is showing me 100. Now the point what we are actually trying to make here is in actual the turnover is this, right? But in this chart it is showing only 300, which is of course incorrect. So how you gonna uplift this chart? How are you gonna tell that, you know, if it's starting from here? Let me just increase this maybe by 300, let's say, so that, you know, you can actually see this chart lifted little, you know, towards upward direction. So if you're starting from 300 and the next time your business, you know, your business actually gone up to your this in 2001, it is again the 300, so obviously it would be parallel. So how you actually are going to show this in the waterfall chart, right? As you can see here, this is not actually column chart. This is not a waterfall chart, this is more of a column chart. So what I want to do is, now see the trick. I know that my starting point is this, you know, 300, and in 300, so this is how my business is growing, right? So now over here you have the 600, but here you have just 300. Why? Because 300 is actually the, you know, the number, the the turnover for 2001, but the cumulative is actually 600. You know, this is a cumulative. So when I show this in my waterfall chart, what exactly I have to do is I have to give this base a 300 exactly, right? So I'll do this, right? Now if you see this, now this and this both are equal, and above this is the what exactly it is showing me, right? Now you have the 600. Now after 600, what exactly is your this actual? It is going to be 800, right? So how will you do this? You will simply refer this with this cell 600, right? Or maybe you can do this as well. You can refer this with here, and you can say here equals to this, right? One and the same thing. Now drag this formula down, and you'll see that you're getting these colors one by one. This is showing the up results, right? And now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play a trick. I'll select these all the blue ones, and I'll go here and I'll make them no fill like this, right? That's how now this is actually showing as a waterfall chart. It is going in the upward direction like this, and it looks very nice. And what you can do is select this, go to the format data series, and let's increase the width as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll say that keep it maybe, you know, 10% is fine, or maybe 5% is fine for me. Just close this. Yeah. So that's how, guys, you can actually create these waterfall charts. Now you might be and remove these all points. You know, you really don't require them actually. So that's it. It is actually more than sufficient for you, you know, to analyze your data. Now you can, you know, check this chart. Let me just increase the size a little. Yeah, that's it. So you started from here, right? You started from 300, and then it went up. It went up by what? 600, and then further it went up by what? 800, and then 900, and then somewhere around 1900, and then, you know, it crossed 2000, and over here it again went little high, and then over here it slightly, you know, as you can see here, 2332, 2350, and 2360. So that's why, you know, you're seeing these you know, slight things over here, right? So yeah, so my apologies, I had to actually take a break. So guys, you understood the concept, what exactly we have done. Let me just revise this for you. See the point, what we actually trying to make here is we are going to split the data because we want to make the waterfall chart. So waterfall chart doesn't, you know, come out directly. Excel does not have this facility till date, right, when I'm recording this video. So what we do is we split the data and we go in a very style, you know. What we do is if you have this data like this, you just take out the cumulative numbers, you know, like this 300, and then keep on adding the previous year numbers to it, the current number, and this is how you actually by the end of this 2012 you ended up with 3,560 million of output, you know, turnover. How are you going to show it in the your this chart? You know, obviously you have to actually you know, prepare this chart with some base, because as you can see here, if I highlight this and if I change these colors to black, you know, you can see here that this is exactly the black ones are, you know, not the black ones, maybe let me put it yellow. These yellow ones are actually, this is the numbers which we are actually putting in the base, right? So base is going to add up with the up, you know, the which is this turnover individually on the year, and it is obviously going to be equals to what? It is going to be equals to this cumulative. So I went ahead and I wrote this separately over here, which is I'm not using in the chart, right? I'm not displaying this in the chart, but this is going to be used in my, you know, actually in my data points. So what I did is I said that if the business is going in a positive direction, doesn't matter whether it's a 0 or maybe, you know, whatever the number, I will write in the up and the down would remain 0, and in the end I have created a separate so that, you know, it can be shown here separately. It has nothing to do with these years, so that's why we created another, you know, this column, and over here I have created this, right? So similarly for the start I have created another row and you know, another column so that I can show this 300 separately, because these are actually you know, independent of these numbers, right, of these elements which we are showing in the middle of the chart. Now the idea behind is that when you actually do this splitting 300 plus 300, you know, obviously you will end up doing this. This is the 300, this is for the base, and on the base above you have actually again created another chart which is called this up. And how we actually arrived on this? Because we chosen this kind of a chart. We didn't choose this kind of a, this is a clustered column. We chose actually stacked column, or maybe you can, you know, choose this 100% stacked column. So what it does is it actually gives you the percentage, you know, the percentage of these numbers. For example, if I write here 2001 and 2002, let's say, and I say here that not 2001, but let's, maybe that's my year, and this is going to be my target, and this is going to be my achieved. Okay, and let's say the target was 100, and this is what actually I have achieved, 60. Now if you make a chart, if you make this kind of a chart, column chart, and if you give this data these points, and press OK. Now go to this select data, and from here just remove this. We don't need this actually over here, so I'm simply going to edit this, and I'll say here that I just need this year. That's it. And in fact I'll just choose this year. Okay, and over here in this series I will add these 2 points. This target, and this is going to be my number 100. I'll press OK, and then I again add, and I'll select this, and I'll select this, I press OK, and in this again added, I'll add this 2001. Okay, so the point what I'm trying to make here is, as you can see here, this is the only chart which can actually show you the numbers in proportion, right? Now target is this, and you know the target is bigger, right? It's 100, and above 100, from 100 you, if you count this from 100 till go, you know, if you go till 160, then you will end up having 60, which is actually the 60% of this entire, you know, 100. So that's why we actually you know, choose this kind of a chart, because what we actually now going to do is we know that this cumulative would always be equals to the sum of these two numbers. Always over here 600 plus 200 is 800, 800 plus 100 is going to be 900, which is eventually coming from this table, which is my cumulative. So if I just simply go ahead and, you know, I can make this invisible like this no fill, it will be actually showing me, you know, in a way that it is building up on the previous entry, right? So that's how we use this kind of a chart, and that was the technique. So I just simply go ahead again and I'll do this no fill, right? And this is how you actually prepare the chart. So the point is, it always actually works on your these data bifurcations. You really have to work a lot, on the data points, and you have to segregate them, and you have to making sure that this is going to be equals to the cumulative one, and then you use the particular that stacked column chart, and your work is going to be finished, right? This is how you do it. So I'll again upload a video on the waterfall chart, and there I'll talk about the negative values, how you can actually deal with the negative values, right? So that's it for now, guys, and please go to my YouTube channel and watch these videos over here, charts and pivots. There are around 6 videos over here, and you can watch all those videos, and that will definitely improve your knowledge and give you a lot of confidence when you actually going to create the charts. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much, and please subscribe to my channel if you really like the video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.